Hello and welcome to my alternative channel, Anti-War. And today on Anti-War, we have Wild Range Imperial IPA, and this is being shown before my solo review on the main channel is even posted. And that was the first video review for this product in the world. But this is beating it. In other words, I'm preempting myself, but that's okay because I'm doing it. This is Wild Range Brewing Company, but there's not a brewing company called Wild Range, so I don't know why they call it that. The company's Rockwall Brewing. That's not even the real name because it's Genesee Brewing. And that's not even the real name because it's Florida Ice and Farm Company, and they just call it Genesee Brewery. It's actually owned by Florida Ice and Farm of Costa Rica. But anyway, enough of that. No one cares. Most people don't care. Ronnie S says, this sounds good. I hope it is. So there's the wolf. There's the two wolves with the band director, the old 1900s or 19th century, 1800s marching band director. And my friend David was like, they're using the same colors as Voodoo Ranger Imperial IPA 9%. I say, yeah, I think that's what they're shooting for. Range. Get it? Range. Ranger. Okay. Once wild, always wild. Could this be considered a winter warmer? No, I don't believe so. Okay. But if you want, we can do some research on what a winter warmer really is. I thought it was like more of a brown ale that's spiced to an extent or has hops that are spicy. Okay, so there you see the bubble action and the copper appearance, the off-white head. Now, winter starts today. Today is the first day of winter, 2023-24. Yes, yes, yes. Beer Advocate, and they know what they're talking about. 5.5 to 8%, 35 to 50 IBUs. It says winter warmers, malty sweet offerings tend to be a favorite winter seasonal. A big malt presence, both in flavor and body, leads the way. The color of this style ranges from brownish reds to nearly pitch black. This is more of the brownish red. Hop bitterness is generally low and balanced, but hop character can be pronounced in the aroma. Okay, alcohol warmth is not uncommon. Many English versions contain no spices, though some brewers of spice seasonal ales will slap winter warmer on the label. Those that are spiced tend to follow the wassail tradition of blending robust ales with some combination of cinnamon, ginger, nutmeg, and the like, before hops become the chief spice in beer. American varieties may have a larger presence of hops, both in bitterness and flavor. So yeah, Old Fezziwig is a good example of a winter warmer. Harpoon's winter warmer is a good example. Anyhow, this was $7.99 for the 6-pack. $7.99. Old Fezziwig, yeah. Okay, so the aroma. There's not a whole lot of aroma, but there's like some faint bread crust. Maybe some hop resin, like an oil. You know, you get like a pine oil, but it's not really that. Like a fruity. Kind of what you get with those Bosom IPAs, like this fruity caramel, hard to describe thingy. Yeah, if you haven't had it, it's hard to describe. All right, taste, chose. It was sunny outside. Now it's overcast. It's a shame. Felt good when it was sunny. Get a little caramel. You get a little of that hop resin. Like I said, it's like an oily, like a pine oily thing. Bitterness. It's there. Probably around at the most 3 out of 5 hop cones, so probably more like 50 IBUs, which to me is far too low for an 8.5er, but that's what I'm detecting. Very malty. They're saying on the website, it's so malty, it's so malty. Yeah, they're saying that. You're right. They say it pairs well with hamburgers and barbecue sauce and tacos. I'll just rather drink maybe a little white wine with those two things or water. Everybody's different. It's very bready and malty. It comes across. When I first had it, I did the solo review. Like I say, it's set to be posted on the main channel, but I haven't posted it yet because it's just I'm so backlogged with it. Trip to when I went on the trip to Gibraltar, then Spain and Spanish Africa, then to London, England. I was posting videos like every night at the hotel. I'm posting like recording. I meant to say recording 4 videos. Next night recording 4 more videos. Next night recording, I think 3. I think that was, and then the 4th morning before I left on the plane, another video that's strong 9%. So got all of those recorded, and consequently, they have to be posted. I gave it a B though. I'm telling you ahead of time. 83. I'd still go with an 83. Good, like just getting into good. But compare if they're trying to go against, if they're and this is fresh. I mean, this is fresh. It just hit the stores. But if they're trying to go up against Voodoo Ranger Imperial, forget it. They have no chance. It is they're gonna. But if you ask the company, they'd say, "We're not trying to do that. Where do you get that impression? We're just putting it on those shelves." Lots of people use aqua or teal. I guess it's called teal. Lots of people use teal for their labels. We can't help it if Voodoo Ranger did it and we made Wild Range, and it just happens to have the same color scheme. That's what they're going to say, because they're not going to risk trademark infringement, and you would never win in a trademark infringement suit because no one in their right mind is going to think that is Voodoo Ranger Imperial. See, a trademark violation, you would have to prove that the company was trying to make people think that the product they were selling was the other big product and take business from them. But nobody would think that. Like no one's going to think Dr. Check or whatever from Walmart is really Dr. Pepper. No one. It's the same color scheme, sort of the same flavor, but vastly inferior. And like no one's going to think that. It's just they'll buy it because it's cheap. I wouldn't buy it because I don't drink those high fructose corn syrup soft drinks. I don't actually drink soft drinks. What's the bottled on date? Well, can't tell you that because it's in a code that's like done so that you can't find out. It's just indecipherable, and it's done on purpose. But I know it's got to be fresh. It's just like I say, it's only been a week on the show. Like a week ago is when it first showed up. So, and it tastes fresh. You could tell a beer is fresh. It tastes fresh. It's bright. It has a lot of aspects of being a fresh beer. You know what I'm saying? It just tastes fresh. I thought Mr. Pibb was Dr. Pepper. Oh, Dr. Pip and Dr. Pip. Yeah, there was a product Coca-Cola put out in 1972 called Peppo, and it tasted very similar to Dr. Pepper. And Dr. Pepper immediately filed a lawsuit against them, and so finally they went. It never went to trial. They went back and forth, and finally Coca-Cola was like, "Okay, fine, we'll change the name to Mr. Pibb." And then Dr. Pepper let it slide. I liked Peppo when it first came out. I remember I was 4 years old, and my mother would let us drink one, maybe once a month after church, a little 12-ounce can. That was it. And I don't even think it was once a month, maybe 3 times a year. She didn't let us drink soft drinks much. So, but we would sit at the counter with that can. I know it came in bottles too, but for whatever reason, we got the cans. And those steel cans, they were steel, now aluminum. And we liked it. Later on, I remember a friend, I remember like 5, 6 years later, a friend of mine, Kelly, was saying, "Oh, we love Mr. Pibb." And I didn't know what that was. And I tried it. And then, of course, everybody knew about it. They started having television ads. And then Mr. Pibb was like a thing. But it never really caught on like Dr. Pepper did. So, it's around. Rally sells it. You go to Rallies, they don't have Dr. Pepper. They got Pibb Extra, which is a variant of Mr. Pibb, which is no longer produced apparently. You go to LSU football games, Louisiana State University football games, they sell Pibb Extra. They used to sell Mr. Pibb. So yeah, I mean, I never knew that they were the same. It wasn't until later on that I realized Peppo was the original Mr. Pibb, and they had changed the name. I just hadn't. I mean, after like 1973, I didn't think about it. I wasn't sitting there as a little kid thinking, "Man, I wonder what's going on with Peppo." It's out of your mind. But this thing here is definitely not going to rival. It'll never threaten Voodoo Ranger Imperial. That's at Walmart all the time in the the regular 12 packs, 6 packs, tall stovepipe 19.2-ounce cans. Not expensive. And that's a really popular product. And this is never going to be popular. You got your Aldi people that's going to buy it because they like to go to Aldi. Because it's like a weird, quirky store like Trader Joe's, which is owned by Aldi. That's why they're so similar. And so you go there and see the people in their Subarus and buying all these strange products. And I'm one of the people in my Nissan. But I mean, I buy them because there's something to try. What the heck? They have exceptional corned beef hash in the can. They do have good corned beef hash from Denmark. Okay, final assessment. Yeah, Checkers. In Florida, it's mostly Checkers, right? And then Rallies started somewhere else. I don't know the history. I know Rallies started in some other state. Checkers started in some other state. Maybe it was Florida. I don't know. They were both like drive-up only restaurants, like Sonic. Except drive up and leave, not park and eat with a girl on roller skates bringing you your food. But I do know that at some point along the lines, like I remember when this happened, what was that, 20 years ago? The two companies realized that their concept was identical basically, and their menus were almost exactly the same. They weren't the same, but they were nearly the same. And so the two owners, I don't think it was owned by some people, just individual people, corporate owners said, "Hey, well, why compete? We'll just merge the two companies together and make it Rallies Checkers, or whatever it's called, Checkers Rallies." And now they feature the exact same menu. So if you go to Rallies or Checkers, it's the same menu. And If I go around here, it's Rallies. If I go to Baton Rouge, it's all Checkers in Baton Rouge. I don't know what the rationale is or how they, you know, determine all that. But that's the story on that. So, Wild Wing, it's a typical Aldi product. You know, they're always like strange tasting. Like they never taste quite right. But they usually kind of interesting and they're pretty good and they're a lot cheaper. So it's like, yeah. Same thing with Trader Joe's. Their stuff is good in a sense, but it's never like correct. But then maybe they do it on purpose like that, so it'll be different because the whole store is strange and everything in the store is strange. You say, well, what about Aldi lettuce? Does it taste the same? Yeah, Aldi lettuce, iceberg lettuce does taste the same as others. Their spinach, bag spinach tastes the same. Their bread tastes a little unusual though. It's good though, but I like Aldi bread, but it does have I never tasted bread like that before, but I really do like it. Their milk tastes like milk. Their eggs taste like eggs. Their wine tastes like wine because it's made by E&J Gallo. So wink, wink, there you go. Good idea to contract with them. Their cream liqueurs taste like everybody else's Irish cream liqueurs because the same thing as that wine-based Irish cream liqueurs. And other stores sell wine-based, but they're kind of strange. Just that wine-based, a little bit unusual, but it's basically it's not going to taste exactly the same as a bourbon-based or Irish whiskey-based cream liqueur, though. That is without question. Okay, but let's not get too far off track. Ronnie says, "Are you no longer doing the Sunday reviews with the real sugar Pepsi?" Well, no, because I finished all that 12 pack. I mean, I went through the 12 pack and then I dissipated that. So now I've been doing the Jarritos, little jars, or as they say in Spanish, Jarritos. But it's jarred, Jar, Jarritos, little jars, and that's what the brand is, little clay jars. Introduced 1950. Those are no high fructose corn syrup, so they're all pure sugar. And I did those. The tamarind, a very unusual soft drink flavor. Never tasted tamarind before. Did the excuse me. This thing is pretty well carbonated. It does have a good flavor. I don't know if it's now the bitterness is building. It has a tea-like flavor. Also, I forgot to mention it. I'm gonna still go with 83, 8.3 out of 10. It tastes good, but I'm telling you, it does not taste normal. You understand? Good, but unusual. Is there anything wrong with good and unusual? I don't think so. Unless you think in your mind that this is going to taste like Voodoo Ranger and would be an appropriate substitute, it will not be. But in its own quirky little way, it's nice. So I'm doing the Jarritos, and then I started doing Calypso, and I need to go get some more Calypso from Rouse's next time I pass by Rouse's because they got the cucumber limeade, and I'm very curious to try cucumber limeade. I could go to Winn-Dixie, but they're going to charge too much. See? I'm going to have to pay 50 cents extra for every 2 bottles. And I'm not doing that. I can go to Rouse's and get the whole line up $1 a bottle. And that's pure juice, all natural flavors, all natural color, everything from Milwaukee, Wisconsin. So I'm going to do the Calypso. And I got those Jarritos and another apple flavored soda pop from Tip Distributors who makes Jarritos. They bought another brand called, I got to do that one. And I'm going to keep using those vodkas. That sugarcane vodka, the Vodovska from Mexico, and the corn, grain vodka, the Nikolai from Frankfort, Kentucky, Buffalo Trace. Those are working great. And then eventually I'll bring in that Colson's vodka that I bought at Walgreens of all places for $4.99. You say you crazy? You can't buy a bottle of vodka for $4.99 full size. Oh yes, you can, and I did at Walgreens. Don't know if it's any good. I know it's from Buffalo Trace, using an alias name. And then by the end of that, I'll probably be sick of doing those mix-ups, and I'll never do them again. I'll probably be tired of it. Not to mention, I probably won't be able to find any more pure sugar or soft drinks. Okay. Subaru commercials are so fuzzy. The use of the dogs. I don't know what that's about, but I'd like to see the fast food chains bring back the roller skating girls. Don't they still do that at Sonic though? I think they leave it up to each girl because they don't want to say, "Oh, I got hurt." Well, they made me do it, you know. But I went to Sonic and I saw the girls coming up on roller skates, but that wasn't long ago. I don't ever go to Sonic, although I do like the food. It's just too slow. Winn-Dixie is cheaper than Publix. Oh, it is. Over here, it's high. It's expensive here. Unless you're smart and you use their ad pages and get that 2-for-1. Now, if you do that, you're probably going to save a lot of money. The BOGO, buy one, get one. So if you would just do that every week, say, here's my grocery list for the month, and you just carefully go through that every week, and you buy one and get one free, so you're getting a half price, basically what that is. Then it probably is cheaper. It's just, are you going to have the patience to do that, you know? I don't buy enough groceries per month to make that worth it. But yeah, I mean, I go to Winn-Dixie. Okay, Ronnie, I'm not gonna. All right. Anyway, so this is a winner in a sense. Didn't win the national championship, but it did win a minor bowl like the Tangerine Bowl or the Independence Bowl. It's a nice little trophy, nothing that you would want to brag about. But you got it. You say, you remember we won the Independence Bowl? And your friend's like, yeah, I was at that game. There was hardly anybody there. It was so cold, too. Okay. Louisiana Berries, what's your opinion of Colorado Supreme Court taking Trump off the ballot? Well, I think it's just that's how those people operate. They don't believe in fair play. They believe in doing any devious thing to win. They only care about winning. They don't care about, they talk about, we believe in democracy. We believe in fairness. We believe in the rule of law. But they don't believe in democracy, and they don't believe in fairness, and they don't believe in the rule of the law. They believe in power. This is what the people, you say, what do liberals believe in? Okay, here's the simple answer. They believe in power without limit, based solely on the use of force. Okay, now let's put it simple as that. They want power without limit, based solely on the use of force. Now, that's what you're dealing with, and that's how you have to approach it. Okay. Yeah, Chuck Schumer. Well, could have been. Okay. Yeah, power to the people, but not power to the power structure, right? Okay, anyway, so of course they're not going to like people like us because we really do believe in power to the people. We don't believe in a power without limit resting solely on the use of force, as these gangsters believe. But anyway, but we've been knowing that we've been knowing that since 1861. What's new? Okay, long live the king. All right, we all take care. See y'all later. And I'm going to jump back to the main channel now. Bye-bye.